Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another crafty Christmas at DoLally Crafts. I don't have a sample of the box that I'm making today. This just came to me, so I decided to go with the flow. Okay, to start off with, all of the measurements of everything can be found on my blog. I've done all the working out, so all you need to do is follow the measurements and you'll get your box together. Okay, we're starting off with a piece of, I believe this is shaded spruce. I don't actually have shaded spruce in my ink collection yet, so that's one I'm going to have to order. Okay, just a quick rundown. As I said, you don't need to make notes or anything. Everything can be found on my blog, but this is 11.5 inches long and 5 inches wide, this piece of paper, and all I've done is scored it at 1 inch all of the way round. However, in the middle here you score it at 5.5 inches and 5.25 inches and 6.25 inches, and that's all you need to do. Okay, I'm going to come in with my bone folder and just give each of these score lines a crease. So there's only 2 on the portrait side, and that's 1 inch and 4 inch, and then there's 4 score marks on the landscape side. As I said, everything can be found on my blog, so it's all scored. I'm going to come in with my trusty paper snips. Yay for finding them! And all I'm going to do is cut on these end pieces. I'm cutting to the rectangle side of the score mark, and I'm just going to trim out that piece and just give a slight wedge to that piece, and the same on this side. So you remove the score mark there and just wedge on that side, and it'll give you a nicer fold. When you fold it together, it's not going to stick up the top here where you can see it. Now with these pieces, once again, cut into the rectangular side of the score and then just wedge on both. If you could hear a train whistle blowing just then, I could hear it really loudly, but I don't know whether the camera is picking it up. I live in Mornington, down on the peninsula in Victoria, and we have a scenic railway running behind our home. So on Sundays, specifically once a month, or in summer it's basically every weekend, we have the scenic railway running, and it's an old steam train, so quite often when I'm filming on a Sunday, you will hear, if you can hear it today, you will have heard it before. And it's just a bit of an explanation. I don't have an active train line behind my house. I just have a scenic railway. It used to be an active railway, but not anymore. Okay, that's enough waffling. That is what you should have now. Really easy. And all we need to do is figure out which is going to be the top and which is going to be the bottom of the box. Sometimes it folds nicely one way and sometimes not. Okay, I think I'm going to have that as the top. I'm going to bring in, if I can find it, my 1/2 inch punch and just eyeball midway between either side here and just pop a thumb hole in the middle there. Okay, so it'll make the box easier to open afterwards. Now, all of these pieces can also be found on my blog. These are just the layering pieces. So I'm just going to stick some snail all the way around that and just pop that. Now I've given this a 1/4 inch because I actually quite like this green, and if you're a regular viewer, you'll know I'm not a green person, but I actually like this shaded spruce. Reminds me a bit of the Emerald Envy that's just gone from our colour line. I didn't mind that colour either, and I don't mind the Mint Macaron. But I really, as I said, I like this shaded spruce. Is a really nice Christmas colour. So, as I said, 2 skinny pieces there and a big piece in the middle. And then now that will just go over the top of our thumb hole. So that's all the decorating done. Now I'm going to bring in some tape. Actually, I won't use the tape. I'll use the tacky glue only for the sake of being on camera and filming. It's a lot quicker. But I would suggest tear and tape for this bit. So I'm putting a bit of tacky glue on that side and a bit more on this side, and then a little bit down here, and this is the bottom of the box, and a little bit there. Okay, so all I'm going to do is fold those in and meet the corners up like that. I hope it's not going blurry because I'm doing it close. And then the same here, and that little bit of tacky glue will just rub off. Okay, same down this end. Bring these 2 pieces in, and I'm just going to square it up by sitting the box on the desk upright like that, and I know then those 2 are really well done. Now to do this bit, just fold the 2 corners in. I'll put the tacky glue on it in a minute, and that way I know that the box is going to fold nicely there. So a bit of tacky glue again. That's one. The reason I've got this in the house, I don't know whether I've mentioned it before, but because I make invitations, it's actually better when I'm sticking ephemera onto the invitations than any other form of glue, because it adheres everything. It's really, really good. So I figure, well, if I've got it here for the invitations, I may as well make use of it here, because the Tombow, even though it's really good glue, leaves a tackiness when it's finished, whereas the tacky glue, unlike its name, actually doesn't. Okay, so there's the box completed, and the thumb hole works perfectly there. Okay, now you can see that comes out a little bit. We're going to sort that out by bringing in some of our I can never remember the name of this. It's textured weave ribbon, and it's in Poppy Parade. So I'm just going to trim off a little bit here, and I'm not going to try and do a bow. I'm just going to do a nice knot. Well, maybe not so nice a knot, but a knot on the top, like so. Move those away. And for the greeting, in the, I can't remember the name of it, the Merry Christmas Thinlits dies, which actually are part of this suite, there are 2 banners that you can get to die cut. So I'm using one of the banners here, and I'm going to pop Merry Christmas in Poppy Parade. My Poppy Parade's here on my desk. I really am not an organised stamper, but that's what makes stamping fun. Okay, now I worked out that these would both fit in this. Maybe I die cut the wrong one. No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to have to die cut. I know what I did. I actually popped the die. So don't make the mistake I did and pop the die around thinking, yep, that's going to fit. Because these images are only shown at 70% of the original. So we'll pop Christmas there nicely, and then I did cut a second banner. How was that for forethought? And I'm going to stamp Merry on this one, and I'm going to go and die cut around the Merry. So I will be back in a moment. Now, it's not going to go the way that I really was hoping, but never mind. What I might do is just pop that on like so. No, I don't like that. How am I going to fix this, ladies? And my Christmas is stamped crookedly too. I need my longer scissors so that I've got more of a chance of doing a straight line. Let's see if we can mimic this. Ha! There we go. Not exact, but it's close enough. Okay. I'm going to have to bring in another punch. Let's go with the 1 1/4 inch in more of the shaded spruce. This is what happens when you don't make... Yep, that's okay. This is what happens when you don't make a sample to begin with. This will teach me, won't it? Okay, so Christmas here. Let's see if we can... There we go. So if we pop this down the bottom here, like so, and then the Merry at the top, and then going to bring in my 1/16 of an inch punch and just punch the tag there, and see, it's coming together. Ooh, that's not the right colour. Hang on. This one still isn't the right colour, but it's less noticeable. And I'm using this and not the thick one because it's harder to get it through the hole. Okay. These ones are from last year, unfortunately, but some people might still have them in their stash. Okay, and I'm going to tie that. No, I can't tie that around there. Yes, I'm going... No, I can't, because I wanted to have this sitting on top of the box permanently. Okay. Sometimes these spare of the moment videos work really well, and then there's other times, like today, they don't. But everybody probably has days like I'm having, so I don't feel too bad. Okay. Peel the backing off. And then, even though there we go, and I'm just going to maybe just stick a bit of tacky glue onto the knot, like so, and then just pop it under the bow. The bow won't stick, but the tag will. So there we go. Move everything out the way. So I don't have one to compare it to, but I'm trying to open it with the ribbon on. Okay, so to open it, you take the recipient will take the ribbon off, and then they'll be able to open the box. But there you go. I hope you like it. It's a decent size. The overall dimensions are 3 inches by 4 1/4 by 1. So you could fit quite a bit in there. Okay, I hope you liked today's project and you've had a good laugh at my mistakes. Until next time, bye-bye.